What's up, y'all? Hey, welcome back to another Friday edition of Fandom Has No Intelligence. Hey, man, I'm your boy Smoke. Hey, you don't want to miss this one. This is the Battle of the Beltway. I'm going to say it again, the Battle of the Beltway.
Commanders really saw Martavis Bryant for 1 week and decided to trade their first-round receiver to a division rival. That's Aura, folks.
Like dude, I literally went to our FK the night of the name Redskins getting retired and put up a sign that says HTTR forever. I hate the trash of Commander's name, but hating on the new ownership and wanting us to lose is all bro. You should want the burgundy and gold to win NDC.
What's up? What's up? What's up, my guy Trail? That's my guy Trail right there, man. What's up with you, brother?
Man, what's going on? My guy can't call it. Happy Friday. Happy eve to the eve of the kick tail we about to get to them boys up the road.
Up the road, right up the road. Battle of the Beltway, man. Woo, hey, man. This is the perfect show name. Like, Fandom Has No Intelligence. And man, I thought it showed last week, but this week right here, man, Fandom really has no intelligence, y'all. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Red Zone in the lab before we get started. Hey, man, shout out to Red Zone in the lab. Watch out for Bookmark Mondays, man. Listen, Bookmark Mondays. Hey, from this week right here, Battle of the Beltway, Washington Commanders, Baltimore Ravens, 295, 495, 95, whichever way you traveling to get there. This is the game of the week. Not just for the area, but it turned out to be the game of the week for the NFL. How you feel about that, Trill? How you feel about us just having the game of the week?
Oh man, it feels great. I mean, everybody's talking about it, man. They wanted to flex this game. The masses, the media, they want to see this game prime time. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get that game flexed. To get us that prime time slot. But best believe at 1:00 p.m., the nation will be looking at what's happening in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh yeah. That's a quick trip up the road, man. Quick trip up the road. That used to be, you know what I mean? Like in the heyday, that was Redskin country. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? That was Redskin country. I know we lost some fans, but when they see something new and shiny, you know how the masses be, man. They be ready to, as they call it, flock this way. You know what I mean? Their flock gonna be flocking.
And to give them a little bit of credit, I guess, the Ravens have been successful, man. Since their implementation into this league, they came in and they got rings, and they've established relevancy, not only in the area but just across football altogether, man. So kudos to them in that regard. But hey, we back. we back, baby.
We back like car seats. That's what my man used to tell me. We go back like car seats, but we back. We are back, man. Hey, man.
And I'll say this before we move on. When you're talking about Redskins country, I'm down here in North Carolina, so obviously we got the Panthers. They came around late '90s or early '90s, I should say. But this was primarily Redskins country. But the Panthers, mild success, not no rings. However, they have made a couple appearances in the Super Bowl. Since they've been implemented. But I will say the difference between the two fan bases and the regions, because they haven't had any real solidified success. You're seeing a lot of us popping out of the woodworks this season, a lot more down here. So, like I said, Jaden is bringing a lot of people back home.
It feel a little different when I walk out the house with this or some Commanders drip. It's a different vibe, man. It's a different vibe, man. And I know, like you say, man, like if we want to go back, yes, that is Redskin country. You know what I mean? It's time to bring those days back, man. But let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. I want to start with with what matters, like, what matters up front, and that's the O-line, man. A lot of people gave us flat. A lot of people gave us flat about Bobby Johnson. You know what I mean? Like he's the worst. They looking at the Giants past and things of that nature, man. Like the conversation a lot different from back then to how it is now. How you feeling about Bobby Johnson, man? Bobby Johnson in this offensive line.
I'm glad I didn't let any real opinion seep in initially. I had no idea who Bobby Johnson was when we hired him. And then to learn, he wasn't doing well with the Giants and this and that. Like, of course you don't want to hear that. But I didn't have a real opinion on him. Just because I'm like, it's the Giants and okay, whatever. However, I understood where we were coming off of last season, as an offensive line unit. And so I did have some concern, but again, I was more so willing to see how it played out. And like I said, I'm glad I did, because I think it's truly amazing to see what Bobby Johnson, not only for himself, but what he's able to get out of these guys, 5 weeks into the season, man. I think is extremely telling, because from my perspective, we have a ragtag band of guys on that O-line. Like, nobody really, I guess if you want to get Sam Cosmi, some notoriety, that cool. But nobody really on that O-line is somebody that just stands out amongst the top of the top O-lineman when it comes to the NFL. So, major shout out, major kudos to Bobby Johnson and those guys up front. I mean, I've heard some of the old people even compare them to the Hogs. I don't think they're quite the Hogs yet. However, to have that level of comparison 5 games in, I mean, that's something to keep my eye on.
Yeah, man. Like that conversation is totally different now. Like we won't even hear about them because the unit is doing so well. Yes, offensive coordinator, quarterback play can mask those deficiencies if there are any. But what we're seeing on the film, guys aren't just getting blatantly beat. If anything, we bring in the nasty. We're bringing the nasty. They like the fact that we average over 30 rushes a week. They like that. Offensive linemen, they want to go forward. They don't want to have to take, their 2-step drop back, get in the pass block. They want to move forward. So if you're letting them know that, we're going to run the ball, but when it's time to let it rip, just protect the cup. Protect the cup. Let Jaden sit in that cup and let Jaden cook. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. So, I don't want to hear nothing 6 weeks in about my offensive line, because the ratings back it up right now. The film backs it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So all that stuff, man, like I say, these were off-season takes. You know what I mean? People just trying to find an excuse. I had a saying, even after the season, we were 32nd in offensive line for real. We can't be 33rd.
Nope.
We can only move up.
But they move up into that top 10 talk, top 5 talk even.
Hey.
Hey, man, that's one of the most.
It's a saying. They saying Rome wasn't built overnight. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, but again, this the NFL, man, and I think a lot of us actually haven't, we're saying in the offseason, not necessarily for us, but just in the general, it's the NFL, man. It doesn't take one whole season to turn thing around. It's a few pieces, and most importantly, the quarterback and coaching. When the leadership is on a path of, okay, this thing is clicking, everything else will fall into place. I mean, getting back on the subject of our competition this week, I'm willing to say, man, yes, on paper they have a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong. But on the film, that talent hasn't really been showing up, as expected. You know what I mean? At least coming into the season, not counting them out. But again, we just haven't seen it into full fruition. But with that said, man, one thing I noticed about that team, and we'll probably get to it too in the next couple of topics. But they truly, especially on offense, they truly believe in that dude at the helm of the offense, number 8. And that's a difference maker when the team, not only just the offense, but when the team truly and holistically believes in the quarterback, when they believe in who can lead this team to success. Because at the end of the day, man, you have to have a formidable person in that position. And if you got one of them ones in that position, it's easy to buy in. And I think that's what we're seeing, man, like out early. And it's oh man, it's just amazing to see.
Yeah. Hey man, like I'm gonna say this real quick because I said it earlier, but just 2 seasons ago, we were an 8-win team. No one thought last year, especially in our fan base, that we would fall to 4. Going into last season, we were like, man, if we would have scored one more, like just 6 more points a game, we would have went from bottom tier to basically top 8 in scoring. I wouldn't have thought we would be getting 2 touchdowns more just this season.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We're literally getting 2 touchdowns more per game on points right now. Number 1 offense in the league. Number 1 offense in the league, man.
Yep.
And I'm glad you brought up, when you were talking about Lamar and the leadership and stuff like that. Because I asked the Ravens fans this week, like, do you think your 53 that you trotting out there is giving their all for John Harbaugh? And we got some pushback. No, some of them may, whatever it was. But I can tell you, this 53 we trotting out is giving it all for his coach, DQ.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We know what they doing for Jaden right now. Just the same way they do it for Lamar. But we got that edge when it comes to that message that's coming out of that locker room right before 1 o'clock p.m. Sunday. It matters. It matters.
Having a little technical difficulty. I think you're good to go though.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so it matters, man. It matters. That leadership, how they want to rally behind that guy and stuff like that. So I think we just got that little advantage, man. But talking about Lamar, talking about Jaden, man, how do you see their games now? Like just now, and then we're gonna get to the years from now. But what do you see from Lamar and Jaden? Because a lot of they're trying to compare them, but I don't see it. Do you see any similarities now with Lamar and Jaden?
I do. I do. Full transparency, yeah, I see similarities. However, I also see how, despite the similarities, they are 2 completely different quarterbacks. I made a tweet in the space last night, kind of got my mind thinking about it, is why I tweeted it. But if I could compare the 2, to me, we all, I don't know, I'm telling my age a little bit, but for the video game guys, Jaden and Lamar is Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They are very similar. They style is similar, got some of the same button combination moves and all that. But if you really know how to play with these players, Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight completely different. The combinations, the parry cancel. Well, it ain't really parry cancel. It's Street Fighter. There's more Ken and Ryu. The same thing.
Yeah.
Ryu,
Ken and Ryu. Yep.
Very similar, but completely different. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you use them, your strategy of fighting is going to be different. So to me, I kind of liken the 2 to that. They're both, but at the end of the day, guess what? They are 2 of the best players in the whole game. And I think that's what we're watching. You can't go wrong with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You can't go wrong with Ken and Ryu. You know what I mean? They are killers in their own right, man. And so right now, man, I don't want to get it. Me personally, I don't want to get into the whole comparison of, oh well, Lamar does this better, Jaden does this better, because to me, it's truly it's too early for that. It's too early for that. For one, I don't think it's fair to Lamar for me to say that Jaden is completely better at anything right now. Lamar's tried and true. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This is factually year 8. He has 2 MVP, 2 MVPs under his belt. And he looking like he could possibly get another one this season. So I'm not taking nothing from Lamar. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Jaden. Like, to be fair to him, bro, you just in your 5th game. I see all the accolades you in Hall of Fame stuff that you stacking up. So because of that, how dare I cap you to say what you can and what you can't be in game 5 as of right now? I don't know what you can do. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying every single second, mistakes and accomplishments throughout each game, because I'm getting to truly enjoy this process. Because regardless of what you're doing bad, you're doing bad things at a high level, and that is exciting to me as a fan. The wins, you put us ahead of the schedule. We're not supposed to be here, but we are. So I'm going to enjoy this and then soak in every bit of it, man. And as a fan, I'm going to pop my stuff, because at the end of the day, facts are facts, and facts are we are 4-1, and my quarterback is playing at an MVP level. Forget offensive rookie of the year. That's already been in the back pocket. He earned that two weeks ago. So with that said, it's big moving on, and and it might sound a little bit arrogant, but again, the confidence that is being exuded not only from our quarterback, but from the coaching and the players and what we're seeing on field, the organization, social media team. First, it's truly a whole new era in Washington. And you either get with it or get lost, you know what I'm saying, or get ran over, because the way we looking, man, this ain't fluke.
Hey, man, as far as, man, like Lamar, man, like Lamar and Jaden as the now, like I respect Lamar so much, man. I respect him. I love his game. I loved him at Louisville. Like, there's nothing you can hate about the guy, man. Like I love the way he played the game of football.
Right.
But when I understand, this is the fandom coming out of me, y'all. This is the fandom. This dude Jaden, and it's helped out by the OC and Cliff. I'm letting you know. But the things that he's doing, like I say, man, it's history. It's not just rookie history. It's not just Washington history. It's NFL history. Some of the things that he's done 5 games in. Some of the things, man. So I'm like, Lamar, yes, you have your accomplishments. You've been to an AFC championship just last year. You know what I mean? You're trying. It's basically Super Bowl or bust moving forward because of the accomplishments that you have.
Yep.
But with Jaden and the way that things are going, it's like, man, like it's history in the making. And I can't sit up there and just knock that right there. Because when we talk about just the fabric of work for 5 games, nobody's doing what he's done. You know what I mean? I have no worries right now at the quarterback position, because when we sit there and we watch the all 22 and we like, man, when he see that, it's going to be a wrap, not just for the division, not just for the conference, but for the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what we see.
It's I hate to say that this is a mirror match, because it's not technically a mirror match, but it is truly like the I guess the makeup of the team. It's extremely similar. Extremely similar. With that said, I mean, I do think our defenses are headed in separate ways. I know as a Ravens fan, of course, coming off a season where you had the number 1 defense, or top 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was number 1 how it ended. I could be wrong. But I know they were definitely a top 5 defense. But coming off a season where you have a top 5 defense and clicking on, pretty much all heels, and seeing what you're seeing now, like, they haven't been terrible, but they've not been anything close to what they were last season. I understand how they can feel like, my team can bounce back to that. But as a football fan, thus far, I haven't seen anything per se to make me feel like, they're going to bounce back to that level of play, especially this week, because, I get it. You know, you're the Ravens. You're confident. You know, you have Lamar. I understand that. I would have that level of confidence too, but I think it's a little bit misguided to feel like your defense is about to have a complete snapback with the number one offense coming into the town. You know what I mean? And again, it's one thing we're the number one offense and we barely getting by guys, but bro, we're beating down teams we're supposed to beat down. Yeah. And we're winning games where we probably shouldn't win. So, you know, I hear our record talk and all this and that, but again, you only hear about those records after the fact we win because every one of those games we're coming in as underdogs. So talk to me before then. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, man. Like Jaden is special, man. Lamar is special, and that's gonna go into the future of these two quarterbacks, man. We don't have a crystal ball. But in 5 years from now, right? Talking JD and Lamar, let's have this conversation. 5 years from now, who getting that ring on the finger? Who gonna have a bowl? You know what I mean? Like let's talk about, you know, achievements now. Like, will Jaden have an MVP or a Super Bowl MVP, or you know what I mean, or will Lamar have that Super Bowl MVP to go on top of his two regular season MVPs? Like let's talk about it, man. Like, who do you see have like 5 years from now and team trajectory? Like, how do you see this thing playing out with both of these quarterbacks?
That's a great question. If you would have asked me 5 years ago about Lamar having a ring, I would have said, oh yeah, he would have had two by now. So him 5 more years from now, to me, it's not just him. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, Lamar is great. He's awesome. You know what I mean? But it's proven that, you know, he can't do it by himself. You know what I mean? Like, that's, I don't think anybody can argue me with on that, but he can't do it by himself. And we've seen him with Harbaugh and with great teams. We've seen it with decent teams, you know, decent to bad teams, I guess. And in either situation, again, you know, the job wasn't complete. With that said, I mean, you tell me you go and go get Derrick Henry, you know, and honestly, it's not the offense that's having the biggest bulk of issues, if you will. But you know, we're being truthful. Like, the offense hasn't really exceeded the expectations, and that's crazy to say because they still are a top 3 offense. You know what I mean? Top 2. But you know, I think it's a whole lot more to that offense that we haven't seen yet. You know, and you know, with that said, man, you know, to the question about 5 years from now, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the trajectory, based on what I'm seeing right now, Jaden's 5-year window has been expedited. It has been expedited. And if we win this game on Sunday, I believe the ring is a lot closer to DC than it is Baltimore. 5 years.
Woo! I like that. I like that, man. Like, I went to the barber shop today, man. Shout out to my barber, man. And I just told him, man, I say, man, this thing is different, man. And he just like, man, it is. Yeah. It is, man. He said it's different. And I'm like, man, like, we can real life put the league on notice Sunday. Yeah. And just like you spoke of the social media team, man, like the content they put out, the stuff that we're able to see, like pre-gaming, post-gaming, whatever it is, like, this team is special.
Hey, you know what's funny? I don't know if anybody has spoken on this, but I've been thinking about this for a little while. So for all of last season, you know, with the regime change and, you know, the Harris group coming in, one of the things, especially in the Twitter spaces, one of the things that we all fell in love with and looked forward to was on Thursdays for the new command center vlog. Ever since this team has taken off, we haven't been getting any vlogs. And
that's true. That's true.
And I feel like those vlogs, from a social media and a morale perspective, were purposely put out there to keep the fan base and to keep the energy. Because even when there wasn't anything to hold on to, those behind the scene videos and how they presented them made us feel that much better about the team.
Hey, Trail, can you hear me? I think your mic went out. Can you hear me? I can't hear you on my end. There you go. Hold on. Let me see. Say it again.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. That's good. Yeah, it went out for a quick little second, man. It went out for a quick little second.
What's the last thing you heard me say?
Matter of fact, because I was over here looking at the injury thing, man. So whatever you were saying, wrap it up, man.
No, real quick.
To these injuries, man.
So just get to the command vlog. My whole point really was like, I feel like ever since we've been on this win streak, we haven't really been needing that false sense of dopium, that copium. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Feel that. So the things the command center vlogs was providing, we're getting that simply just by the performance and the wins. We don't need any fake sense of we don't need a shot of feel good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we were anticipating those and stuff like that. I do remember that. And now it was just like the content's so good. Yeah, the content's so good in real life on the field. The content's so good. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, yeah, let's get to these injuries, man. Let's get to these injuries. I got some good news, y'all. Some good news for injuries. We got Noah Brown back. He's in. Noah Brown is back. Cleveland Farrell is back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got an out. We got one out so far, which is safety Tyler Owens, rookie Tyler Owens. I love him on special teams.
Yeah,
I love him on special teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But heal up, son. We got this one. Be healthy. You know what I mean? It's a shin injury with Tyler Owens. As far as questionable, Jordan McGee, he trying to come back, make his first game, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. F.A. Obata, he had I think a full practice today. I think F.A. and McGee had full practices today.
I know not a lot of people big on F.A., but I think F.A. with this new scheme, again, I don't want to glaze or put too much on it, but it would not shock me if F.A. comes out and has a game. It would not shock me.
I like that. More depth to the D-line, man. We see they like rotating. And then last one, man, is B-Rob, man. Hey, last week you say you think he getting veteran days off. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he ain't practiced all week. He's questionable. Yeah, he's questionable with a knee. You know what I mean? I think if the game was competitive last week, he would have played in the second half. He would have played if the game was competitive.
B-Rob, the way that he's been running, to be honest, I don't expect B-Rob numbers outside of his touchdowns to be super high. I don't expect him to have a whole lot of yards this season. However, I do think that Cliff is using him very smartly in situational football. Red zone, B-Rob's gonna be he's a touchdown merchant. He's gonna be getting touchdowns in that red zone, man. And I think the way that if you're watching him, B-Rob is running very determinedly, if that's like he's
determined, yeah.
He's attacking. He's not like trying to set, he's really attacking the runs. And I do think, yes, B-Rob can work on some things, his vision, but I mean, at some point, you just gotta understand you got who you got as a player. And I think for what he does best, Cliff is going to get the utmost best out of him, man. And you know, oh yeah, I like, man. Oh, I love B-Rob for us in this scheme.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I say, man, ice up over the week, man. Like we got about 36 hours or so. I don't know the math, but it's Sunday, man. 1:00. Go ahead and rest it up tonight, tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, hey, B-Rob, hey, I would love to see you out there, B-Rob, man. But hey, man, yeah, man. So, like back to FA Obata real quick though. I every time he gets on the field, it seems like you would notice when he's on the field. It seemed like, man, in the past. I understand he coming off of, significant injury and stuff like that, but I always like Obata, man. So, hey, man, proud of him, man. He had a full practice the last 2 days, and he trying to make it back to this 53 on Sunday. Let's see how it works, man.
About him last season, he wasn't really getting a whole lot of sacks, but Obata was one of the pressure getters.
Yeah. Pressure. Yeah, I remember them pressure boys. The pressure boys. Yeah, I already know. Man. But we got a guest, man. We got a guest that came, he gonna join the show. Our boy Cash. Cash, man. When he get up here, man, we gonna break down, the coordinators and stuff like that. Joe Witt, Cliff. There go my guy, Cash. What's up, Cash?
Good, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, Cash, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right, bro. Like normally I'm like super nervous, but I'm as calm as can be right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, that's what having a quarterback do for you. It just kind of keeping nerves at bay.
Long as 5 upright, man, I'm good. I'm
chilling.
Good.
Everything behind 5 is nervous, but everything in front of them, I'm chilling.
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Long as 5 is upright, man. But yeah, man, let's start off with our coordinators, man. Like, I'm gonna start with you, Cash, man. Welcome to the show, brother. The Phantom has no intelligence. What you think Joe Witt game plan should be to defend Lamar Jackson in that Ravens offense? Lamar Jackson in that Ravens offense.
I mean, earlier in the spaces, we was talking about the fact that no one has blitzed cover 0 on Lamar. I tried this game, right? I would put Jeremy Chin down in the box. He's been one of those, safeties that's been able to get downhill, been able to make some plays. I'd just send the house at him a couple times, see if he can maneuver, right? Because I think we will respect his arm because he can throw. Like, he got like the 3rd highest passer rating in NFL history, and that's cool. But his legs will flip a game like that. Like, I think they're gonna respect his feet more than his arm, right? Because we've seen Lamar lose games when he has to just sit there and throw all day. You saw it versus the Kansas City Chiefs last game and the biggest game of the year for them. What do? They forced him to throw the ball. They said, we're not giving you nothing outside. Like, we're not going to be able to – we're not going to allow you to run all day, man. I think Joe Witt, I think he should take some things from that. And lastly, I wouldn't go man coverage versus Save Flowers and Rashad Bateman. I wouldn't do it. I don't think we have the corners to play man coverage. It doesn't seem like it's worked out at all this season. I would play very 1 high, 2 high safeties, play zone coverage, man, and just pray for the best.
But listen, Cash, if you want 0 blitz sometimes, it's going to cost for these guys to be locked up man to man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand there's certain times when that blitz ain't coming, sitting back in the nice zone coverage, keeping the communication the way they've been the last 2 weeks and stuff like that, man. Just build on the last 2 weeks. Don't worry about the first 3 weeks. We had guys the first 3 weeks that they play all preseason. That was their first time on the field together in real live action. Now we going into week 6. And we know in the past how the defense would struggle for the first 4 weeks or so. Weeks 5 on, when we had a good defense, it would, that's when it took a turn. But Trey, what about you, man? What you think about Witt? What you think about what he should do against, Lamar, man?
Oh, I think this is probably going to be Witt's most challenging game plan this season. He will not face another quarterback quite like Lamar. I know he had a great game plan against Kyler Murray, who has, I guess, adequate pocket escapability. You know what I mean? As compared to Lamar, but nothing like Lamar at all. Like, I don't think it's fair to compare those two. But with that said, again, I think it's going to be his most challenging game to call. I agree with Cash in the sense that I would implement some zero blitz, but the situation is going to be very important when I do that. If I'm Joe and if my defense has Lamar in the offense on the other side of the 50, deep within their their own 30 or 20. I would throw a couple zero blitz, especially like if they're back within their own red zone, like you get what I'm saying, back within their 20 situations like that. Yeah, I'm zero blitzing every time. Make them beat me fast if you're gonna do it. I got enough terrain, even if he completes the pass, that hey, look, we got enough yardage to catch him and prevent bend don't break. But in that situation, yeah. But once we start to get closer to the middle of the field and on the other side of the 50, then I'm probably going to do that a little bit less, just to be honest. Me personally, of my primary game plan, I'm probably going to have Luvu attack, man. He's going to be my free blitzer for primarily the most of this game, and I'm going to drop 6 in coverage.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge my front 5 to get home and get home often. You're not going to win every single time, but you need to keep Lamar, keep him busy, tire him out, keep him in the pocket at times, get him out of the pocket at times, keep his mind. Like Lamar is not a dummy. Lamar is not your average.
Not by far.
So I don't think it's wise to keep him seeing the same thing over and over and over. So, keep sending him different looks. Bend and don't break. I do feel like we will need to, in order to take, we're going to have to, give them a little bit, just being honest, just to keep them honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and outside of that, man, I need my corners to be ready, step up, because if we can contain Zay, I know that the Ravens fans are very confident about them other guys, but numbers don't lie. Zay is clearly outperforming the rest of that wide receiver room. Those guys step up from time to time, but it's outside of Isaiah Likely. Right now, nobody really scares me outside of him and Zay Flowers. If I'm being honest, Derrick Henry is a whole different animal. When it comes, when it comes to the run game and pure run situation, man, buckle your seatbelt, boys. Be ready. You know what I'm saying? Gang tackle, meet him. I need 2 every time minimum to meet him in the backfield. Play discipline, clog your hole. Not even if you don't tackle him, be there where he's going. It's enough to slow him down for someone else to come and help him. Just discipline football, because like I said, we're going to have to give up some stuff in order to fully stop them. Like to think that we're just going to thwart their whole offense. I mean, I think that's kind of asinine to think. But at the same time, like Lamar in this offense has shown that they are capable of being beat. And they can say whatever they want. It's first couple weeks of the season. It is what it is. The fact is those teams were able to stop your offense enough to come out with a win. And so because of that, just looking at some of those game plans, I mean, discipline football is really where it's going to matter. Regardless of what Joe Witt calls, if those boys don't play play discipline, everything that I've said, Cash said, and what you're probably going to add is not going to matter.
Gotta be able to stop the run. Gotta be able to stop the run. I mean, bro, I think I seen a stat earlier. We giving up like almost 5 yards a carry, bro. That is just not going to fly.
It's like 5.1. 5.1.
Yeah, and I understand that. Like, people gonna be like, well, the numbers last week were inflated because we were in prevent, blah blah blah. Man, that's still a nasty number. Like, it's a lot of teams that play prevent that don't give up 5.1 yards a carry. Like, them dudes on the interior, Jonathan Allen, Jazon Newton, Deron Payne, they've been playing all right the past couple weeks. But, man, y'all got to step up whenever it comes to the run game, bro, because I feel like if we able to neutralize the Ravens' run game, it might get ugly for them if they cannot run the football. Like, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen them get completely neutralized So you don't even know if they have the talent to punch down 14. They haven't been in that position yet. Um, I think that is one of the biggest keys to winning.
You mentioned Johnny Newton, man. I think that's a great call out. This is a perfect game for him
Yep.
um, to really break out in.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, like as a former coach, I took this year off, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my son playing high school ball and following his journey. But as a former coach, when I'm looking at schedules, and if I got a team and and, and I know I'm playing a certain style, I'm gonna try to make a scrimmage for that style to prepare for that team. And that's how I feel week 4 was. Yes, Kyler isn't Lamar. Yes, Connor isn't Henry. But style wise, twitchy, fast, power back, you know what I mean, stuff like that. That was the scrimmage for week 6. That's how I'm gonna look at it. And we did some good things in that game. You know what I mean? We did some good things in that game. Shout out to Dan Orlovsky. I watched him earlier. He did a breakdown and he used that film and he showed how we contained certain RPOs that they were trying to do. He showed how we showed 5-man fronts without even knowing a 5-man front because Luvu dropped down when we already had 4, and how he just crashing edges and how on certain RPOs they had ends just spying on the quarterback and Kyler. So Joe Witt did some things that made me feel like, you know what? Maybe he do got a game plan. And I'm gonna just trust in Witt. I'm not gonna bring out the X and O's tonight. I'm not gonna say we should run cover this, cover that. No, I'm gonna trust in Witt for this one because I believe week 4 set us up for this one. And he showed a little bit of things. Well, we got 3-4 sacks against Arizona. Yes, Lamar's a different beast. We understand. But it could go to Cash's point. You show a little 6-man line front, people up the line of scrimmage, double A gap blitzes, and we actually come on those blitzes. Who knows? Who knows? It could be 1 sack. It could be 2 sacks. You know what I mean? But who knows? So I'm going to just trust Witt on this one, man. And I believe because I'm going to go to the good guy on the offensive side, man. I'm going to say this. The offense in Cliff is helping out Joe Witt in this defense.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again for the people in the back that may have not heard me. The offensive Cliff is for sure helping out the defensive Witt. Yep. And there ain't nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, they call that complimentary football.
Yep.
They call that complimentary football. I can honestly say that Cliff, and I'm going to get my synopsis on Cliff after Cash, after Trail, but what do y'all think about Cliff game plan against this Ravens defense that's ranked 32nd in pass air yards and top 1 in rush defense, and that's yin and yang. It's a yin and yang defense. What you think Cliff gonna cook up for this Raven defense, Zach?
I mean, you just said it. You got to be able to establish the run. Like, I get it that they're number 1, right? But that's what makes me great. Like, I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing just because you good at it. Like, that's the reason why we here. Like, I get it, right? As good as Jaden's been, we wouldn't be 4-1 without the run, right? Without Austin Eckler's runs, without Brian Robinson's run, without Jaden using his legs. Like, you just wouldn't be here. So I would at least see if you can find some success. I think right now we are one of the most efficient offenses at running to open up the pass. Like, we truly make teams not be able to zone in on whether or not we're going to run play action, whether or not we're going to open up the air raid offense. Like, you don't know what's coming. But I ain't gonna lie, I do expect a lot of air raid. I expect a lot of air raid offense. You just said it. They're 31st against the pass. Like, that is their biggest weakness. And nobody's been able to stop Jaden so far, right? Nobody's been able to neutralize him. Even in the Tampa Bay game where he was kind of mid, right? He missed a lot of things. Like, it wasn't there. Like, Luke McCaffrey, he almost leads the league in separation rate with like 81.1. That dog's getting open, and I think it was either Trail or someone else said in space. It's gonna come a time. It's gonna come a game where him and Jaden just start clicking. Like, Jaden right now, I feel like is feeding the rock to Terry, feeding the rock to Austin Eckler, right? He's getting the guys that have already proven himself. But once he starts to trust Luke, and we're gonna see if Luke's able to carry that, right? Getting 4 or 5 targets a game. We're gonna see how he responds to that. But this might be one of them games. I mean, the Ravens are terrible across the middle. Like I don't respect Roquan. I understand what they've been able to accomplish, but this season specifically, they are trash against the pass, like trash. So I'm spreading 4 wide. I'm seeing. I mean, I don't think that you got to make it to where they can't zone in on Terry. You got to make them respect Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, De'Ami Brown in a deep threat, Terry. Like you got to make them respect everything. I think you see some play action, but yeah, for the most part, I think we run the ball a lot and then start to open up that air raid offense and really try to put it on them.
Hey man, that's good spiel right there, man. I like that. Lean on the run. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with leaning on the run, man.
And
What you feel about?
I'll add one
Oh
more
yeah,
point.
go ahead.
I don't care if B Rob's out or not. Like I think you still stick true to the game plan. I mean, Jeremy McNichols showed you that he can handle it. Him or Chris Rodriguez. I feel like they're all bought into the program. If you in the building, you got to be bought into the program.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. I like that, Cash. I like that. What you got to say, Trey? What's the game plan? What's Cliff going to cook up, man? What he got in his bag, man?
I'm attacking where they number one at. They claim to be this number one run defense. Okay, show me. I am not changing any game plan whatsoever that I know coming into this game. If I talk about specific X and O's, I would love to see a lot of 12 or 13 personnel this game. I welcome the loaded box. I welcome the linebackers, hovering. I want to see that because even with that quick pressure that you think you're going to throw at my boy, like Cash said, you're them seams, the middle of the field, all of that is going to be susceptible. And oh man, and 2 good shots on it, man. I feel like just like a boxing match, bro. You take 2 or 3 good shots to the gut, bro. That's gonna lower that. That's gonna lower them hands. And when you do, boom, you know what I'm saying. So to that point, the knockout punch coming. I do think that this offense, is a prime challenge for them, and I'm and I love to see it. I'll say this, man. I honestly don't agree with this whole mantra that this is the best defense that we faced. I don't agree with that. I don't care what's on paper. This ain't last year, and I keep hearing about the team that we beat, and all this and this and this and that. Well, some of those teams have beaten or some of the teams that we've beaten as well. You know what I mean? That y'all played. And so with that said, I mean, you can't choose who you line up in front of. The schedule is what it is. But I do know that the way that our offense has been able to attack some of those similar teams, I just don't find that changing much, man. That's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Nah, man. I agree with both of y'all, man. Like just run the ball, man. If I'm Cliff, I got Jaden in the room Monday, and I just said 14. That's who I'm looking out for on that defense over there. 14. I don't like. I'm a Cash. I'm with you on the Roquan. He don't fear me. He don't put no fear in me. But that 14, that Kyle Hamilton, is a little different, and I believe that's who they may have spying on 5 this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, hey, even if he's not, I'm still watching. Hey, I'm watching 14. Where's 14 at? He like to walk up to the line. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Trey. What you about to say?
I was about to say, and I feel like if Kyle Hamilton is truly spying, then what they did was truly hamper the top half of that defense. And
he's checking tight ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I get it, but if you keep Kyle close to the line of scrimmage, man, or just hovering in the middle of the field, like bro, that top half is so susceptible, bro. That means you leaving a lot of one-on-ones on one side. And if Noah's playing this week, I completely want Noah Brown on old boy. Like what's his name? Not Simpson. Yeah,
Marlon.
no, it's Trent Simpson, right?
So that'll be more like a Brandon Stevens. But when you
Stevens,
think of that,
Stevens.
Stevens is from what my understanding, Stevens is primarily a right side corner. He's going to see
outside,
Terry, and he's going to see Terry all day. So even if
That's chicken if I'm Terry. That's chicken.
and so if you telling me that Kyle Hamilton is shade in the middle of the field and staying close to the line of scrimmage to spy on Jaden, and I got Terry just one-on-one.
Hey, I feel you, bro. Because so listen, I feel you on that because, and the reason I say Cal is because I feel like he's their best, most versatile defender, and
yes, sir.
I think they're going to try to move Jaden off of his spot as much as possible. Like they're going to try to flush him to a side. I believe that. Like he's going to see some stuff this week that I don't think he's seen this yet. Like this year. They bring in an advisor, a 76-year-old Dean Pease that just may help this guy out, Zach, or the 32-year-old guy. You know what I mean? But I think they're going to try to move him, and that's why I say I think they're going to use.
Is he going to be helping play calling?
I think so.
He an advisor.
Yeah.
He
don't
coming in trying to cook up a game plan.
I really don't see it. Like I'm with Trell. Like I respect Cleveland's defense a lot more than I respect Baltimore. The only reason why we keep, have so much respect for Baltimore is them like as a collective unit. That defense is, I think, man, Cleveland threw a lot at Jaden. Like you saw early on, Jaden was struggling. Like they was sending different blitz packages. They was flying to the boundaries. They wasn't giving him nothing. But boy, when he settled in, I'm telling you, I don't think Baltimore is like that. Like I don't, outside of Kyle Hamilton, they don't have a game record. All right, I just don't see it. You're gonna have to show me, like we be saying. You're gonna have to show me.
Hey Kicker, I see the comment. Hey Kicker, I know you here. 92 don't fear me, bro. I got a mean interior O line. I got a mean I got a mean interior O line that I know that we're gonna attack. So that's why I say, man, pound the ball. We all in agreement on pound the ball. Get that run game going, and then we start opening it up. We gonna be hitting these guys when Jaden getting comfortable mid first quarter going into the second. Watch out, because they read off stats the other day and they was like, oh, Commanders first quarter minus whatever. They got to the second quarter, it was like plus 40. Got to the third quarter, it was like plus 37. You get to the fourth quarter, it was like plus 43.
Yeah.
So as the game go on, we warm up.
Top two.
So
top two.
I'm saying Cliff, keep it simple. But guess what? You keep it simple by running the ball. Keep it simple by having our, new and improved O-line moving forward on these dudes. They can put 6 in the box. They can put, 6 at the line of scrimmage. They can put 8 in the box if they want to. I'm still going to stay true to who I am. Every game this year, we've had over 30 carries. And I expect that to continue this week.
Yep.
I expect that unless just funky stuff happen. They get the ball first, they score, something happen, and we down 2 scores. But no, even if we down 2 scores in the first quarter, you stick to who you are. Because we've seen them give up leads this year. We've seen Lamar give up a lead before. But we've seen them give up a lead to the Raiders in week 2. I know this ain't the same Ravens team as week 2, but you just gave up 4 bills to Joe Burrow in that offense.
So look, when statements like that are made, I kind of chuckle inside, and you're on our side, so it's kind of different, your point. But like when people say, man, well, we've been playing better since then, or we're not this, my defense isn't what it was in week 2, or just, and I'm like, well, can't I say the same thing then? And I posed this question to Ravens fans the other night. They were talking about last week against the Bengals, that wasn't our best defensive showing of the year, and then so I'm like, okay, that's fair. You went up against a juggernaut. I give you that. So if I ask you for 3 weeks, 3 collective weeks sample size, would you say 2 of your 3 weeks have been good? And they all of them agreed, like, yeah, 2 of the last 3 weeks, the defense have been pretty decent. I'm like, okay, well, if that is the case, then I'm going to use that same logic. The last two of the last 3 weeks, my defense is playing at a number 2 rate in the entire NFL. Yeah. So if y'all use that same logical argument, let me use mine. I'm telling you, like, the defense that you think Lamar is going to just run all over and pass all over, that's not the same defense that you keep alluding to. But,
talk about
all hell breaks loose once I make that statement. But again, I'm just trying to make it make sense for everybody.
I keep telling
people
like,
already. Go ahead, Cash.
No, I always keep telling people like all the disrespect all week about who you played and blah blah blah. I'm like, man, when y'all play these teams, y'all better give at minimum the same thing I did. Like when Philly goes to play Cleveland, I expect 48 if Jalen plays the whole game, because that's the way it was looking if Jaden would have played the whole game. When y'all play teams like the Bengals, I expect 38 in their house if you play them in their crib, and I expect even more if you at home. I don't understand it, bro. Like the league, it is very tough to win, bro.
So, Cash, so what you're saying is you're not expecting to go to overtime with the Bengals and luckily win because their kicker misses field goal. Like, you're not saying that.
Yeah, man. Like it's just yeah, I mean, bro, like it don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? People downplay all these teams, but then when y'all play them, it's not the same energy. Like I thought Arizona was horrible, but then they beat the Niners, but then the Niners beat the Seahawks, so now the Niners are a good team, but they weren't last week because the Cardinals beat them. It don't make no sense to me. I mean, I don't go to Harvard or nothing, but that don't make no sense to me.
Hey man, hey, and then they got the nerd. Let me be quiet. Hey, this is Commanders Ravens week. I ain't got time to talk about nobody else, man. Hey, but nah, man. So yeah, man. I think, man, if we stay true to who we are, I think they gonna see 35 plus minutes of offense from the Commanders, bro. Like I don't think they seen that juggernaut yet.
One last point. We've all watched our games together, and we watched 2 or 3 of their games together as well. One thing that I can say is that the identity of my team holistically, I can speak to. The Ravens, the only thing that we can speak to of the identity is the fact that, hey, look, Lamar is doing this thing. Right now, there's a full sense of cohesion on yes, they have won. They are 3-2. That is a fact. But in all 3 of those victories, the win looks differently. With all 4 of my wins, I can the everything that's been doing is going like this. The run game is the same, but it's getting better. The pass game is really ultimately the same, but it's getting better. Like you're seeing the blossoming of consistent things happening in every game. But that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. I can confidently speak on what I know is happening because for 4 weeks straight, we've seen it happen. I can't say that for the Ravens. I'm not going to say, oh, they're not going to put up points, but I can't sit up here and say, well, this is how they're going to do it. Because for all 3 wins, you've done it differently.
Yeah. They up 28-6, let a team come back. Cut it to a few, you know what I mean? One by one possession. Yeah, you go out there and stump a mud hole in Buffalo, but hey, who is Buffalo right
Sunday?
Now? Because that, like I said earlier, that Cardinals team that we drugged, they struggled against kinda. You know what I mean? They kept it close. They kept it within 6 against the Bills. But the
Bills don't have any wide receivers, man. Like they don't even have a Terry. Like you don't even have a Terry on your team. Like
and offensively, our first win, we dominated that game. We just didn't get in the end zone. But we offensively dominated the entire game. Like I'm like,
that game against the Giants should have been no less than 37-18.
That's being generous. That's being generous.
I was just about to say, Cash, we're being generous.
You're being nice, man. Because hey, we was at that game. We was in red zone after red zone after red zone. Them boys like they didn't get 40 put on their heads.
And I don't want to go all the way back because it is what it is. But truthfully, bro, we had Siebert in week 1. I'm not saying we lose that game. I'm not going to say we lose that game.
But everything happened for a reason, man. Hey, Yeah, we usually wrap the show up with over and unders, and we give our score prediction for the week at the end, and that's what we gonna do, man. Let's dive right into it, and we gonna talk Lamar, we gonna talk Jaden. Passing for Lamar, do you think Lamar goes over or under 237?
Over.
Over.
Say you okay. What about Jada? I'm gonna take the over on that too. What about Jada?
Jada goes the same number.
Yes, we just using the same number for both.
I'm about to have a bold take. Jaden's gonna have his first 300-yard passing game in the NFL.
Ooh, we got a bold take Friday. I like that, man. Bold take.
I like that take. I like that bold take.
All right, what you think? What you think, Trail? Over 237 or under?
I'm smashing over. Yeah, I'm smashing over.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the under.
Mm-hmm.
Russian. And we gonna use this is kind of a low number, so I'm gonna add it up as a team, because we're the top two Russian teams. Top two Russian teams. When we're talking rushing as a team, I'm gonna start with the Ravens, and I'm gonna change the number that I see. 149.5. You think they have more or under? I mean, over or under the 149.5?
Under.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Cash. My fault.
No, I was gonna say under. I don't think that they're gonna have the same success as they've had in recent. I mean, people forget Derrick Henry had 40 yards in the entire game versus Cincinnati before he ripped off a 51-yard run. He was contained. You can most definitely contain him. Like Cincinnati's defense might be the worst in the NFL. If they can stop it, we can scheme up something. I got under 150, man. We can do something.
I got that too. What you got? You got Trail 150. What you got? Over or under for the Ravens?
Oh man, I want to say under. And I agree with Cash. I believe because the way I see the game plan happening is we're gonna force Lamar to be in a lot of passing situations. Like I feel like we're gonna be scoring. And I know both teams both teams are top 5 in time of possession. So I don't think it's an advantage for either team to try to just hold on to the ball because we can score quick too. Like that's a misconception for some reason. I keep hearing that, well, we score quick. I'm like, well, again, look in the mirror. With that said, I'm going to push over on the rushing. I'm going to go over on the rushing. I feel like
as a team,
but as a team, and Lamar is going to be a bulk of that. Because I feel like we're going to contain very well on the back end. I think Witt is going to, the secondary steps up this game, and because of that, we may not be given a lot of deep pass opportunities, but because of that, there's going to be some underneath for Lamar, to break some, some big runs off. And again, bend don't break. I'm willing to deal with that. I'm willing to live with him giving up a couple first downs because he's doing Lamar stuff. You know what I mean? But that's how I want him to beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, spy him, keep him in the pocket. If he's happening to run and escape, then, let's live with it. But if I don't want Lamar to beat me with his arm. If Lamar has beat me with his arm, that means he's going to beat me with everything. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to take the under on the 149.5. I'm going to take the under. I think we're going to play some stout D. And like I say, Cliff is going to help this defense out. I think, and I'm going to answer it for us first. I'm going to answer it for Washington. I think we smashed the over as a team. I'm that type of dude. I may be doing it for selfish reason. I'm that type of dude. I'm a nasty dude. I like the big nasties. Get them moving forward.
What was the number
30 plus rushes?
150.
I'm gonna use the same number for both teams. I'm just using the same number for both teams, guys. So, do we think? I'm smashing the over on the 150. I think we're gonna beat these dudes up Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have pretty spots, but I'm saying it's gonna be ground and pound. ground and pound. If they got the first rushing defense, prove to me Sunday. That's how I'm saying it. Prove to me Sunday. What about you guys? 150 over under for the Washington Commanders.
I got us under, and that's only because my logic is that Jaden has a great day, right? Rarely do you see games like this where it literally lives up to the hype. But we seen that when he went into Joe Burrow's house, when people was like, yeah, we hyping it up a lot. He might not be that good. No, Jaden was that good and then some. I expect Jaden blocked out all the noise this week, said, I'm not Lamar. I'm literally Jaden Daniels. He's gonna prove that, right? The LSU prodigy. He gonna prove that, man. He's here to stay. I got under. I do think we get in the end zone a couple times though, rushing. I think whether it's Jeremy McNichols or Brian Robinson or Austin Eckler, I think we do rush for 2 or more touchdowns. But I don't think 150. I mean, if we get 300 through the air and 150 on the ground and find a way to lose this game, someone on defense got to get fired because that's 450 yards of offense. Y'all lose, and Dane and them boys put up 450. It's gonna be some answers that had to be had. But yeah, man, I got us under 150. That's a pretty.
We've been doing the 450. We've been in that 450 range a couple weeks. You know what I mean? We've been in that 450 range. But what about you, Trail? Like over or under? You know what I mean? The 150 for the
great segue. I appreciate that. You gave me a softball toss up because honestly, I had Jaden getting 400 all-purpose yards this game. Like I 400 all-purpose yards this game. I feel like this game is going to be the I'm here game. Like, and again, like, you know, big time players do big time things in big time games, and this is one of those games where, like, I mean, that's why I expect Lamar to have a game too. Like, this is going to be one of those ones, man. You know, as a fan, where you truly just sit back and enjoy what you're seeing on the field. That said, man, I'm smashing the over on our 150 because I had Jaden breaking one big one in this game.
Hey, you about to take my bold take? I'm about to throw a bold take.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take, but I got Jaden breaking one, so I think, you know, he's gonna get close, if not eclipse his 100 yards rushing this game.
Real quick, do you mind? Let me ask you a question, Trail.
Yeah.
Remember the moment RG3 had versus Minnesota during that run, and in that moment, we all knew he's the one. Like, before that, we knew, but in that moment in DC, we knew he's the one. Do you think Jaden has that type of run where everybody's like, yeah, nah, that's him. That's him. Like, we already knew that was him. That's really him. Like, that's really.
To me, I see the play. It's going to be your RPO out of a 13 personnel, and number 0 is going to be the one who loses his edge contain, and he's going to be the only one out there. And when he loses that, you know. And it's crazy because I think it's going to be a left side run, the side where Jaden supposedly doesn't run.
Against a purple team, too. Against another purple team.
Yeah.
Oh, man, because my bold take, I was going to say my bold take was Jaden going to bust one for at least 55 plus. He going to take 155 plus this week. That's my bold take, man. Let's get to the defensive side, man. Let's talk sacks as a team, man.
It's crazy you say that, though. Like, before you move on, it's crazy you say that because we haven't talked about any of that. And so for us to, like, we're making these bold predictions just simply based on the things that we seeing on the field. So for us to have that kind of synchrony, man, like, you know, it might be something there. But go ahead, my fault.
Jaden better, man. Jaden better. That's what he do, man. He do that, man. But now let's talk defense, man. Sacks, man. We're gonna talk sacks. I don't see too many sacks, man. I don't either way. I don't see too many sacks. So for Baltimore, I'm gonna set it at 1.5 sack. You think we sack Lamar more than one time, 2 times? You know what I mean? What you thinking, Cash?
I don't know if people are gonna think this a bold take. We get to Lamar at least 3-4 times. I think because the score prediction in my game, I think we run away late. I think the offense, you know, like y'all been saying it, right? I think they really cement themselves as I'm here. I don't expect Baltimore to keep going blow for blow. I think last week was a fluke, in my opinion. I think Cincinnati, their defense is just awful. I think the defense is going to send the house like on when Lamar needs it the most. That defense going to ramp up, and Joe Wick going to tell them boys, "Hey, look, it's one stop, right? This is where y'all wanted it to be. The offense been doing work all day. It's one stop." And like Trail said, right, they might be backed all the way up in their own end zone. It's real life like 4th and 10, 4th and 12 for the game. I'm sending the house, right? If Lamar beats me that way, good game, so be it, right? 2-time MVP, good game. I'll see you in the Super Bowl or something. But I'm sending the crib. I think we most definitely get there 3 or 4 times.
Mm. All right, that's so he's smashing the over. Say you, Trail, 1.5.
I'm gonna lightly press the over, but I'm going to call the over too. I think it's fun. So you said 1.5. That's the exact number in my head. 2 sacks. I think we're gonna get 2 sacks. You're gonna get one early. They just filling us out, and then that one big sack at the end of the game to call the 3 and out, the one stop that turns the tide to Cash's point. That's just kind of how I see it. So 2 sacks. I think it's going to be tons of pressure. Tons of pressure. All day. I do think we'll be able to get that back there successfully, but that's Lamar Jackson, man. Like, he ain't just about to go down. My boy about to hand.
I'm smashing the over too, man. I'm smashing the over too, man. Like I say, 1.5. I think we're gonna get them. And even a sack. We seen Jaden get sacks where he run out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage, but it's actually behind the line of scrimmage. So yeah, we may get credited with a sack, but no, I think we're gonna give him some pressure. I think I'm right there with you, Cass. 3 to 4 sacks, man. Put the pressure in his face. And hey, man, good luck. Let's see what you do. Man. So yeah, I'm gonna smash the over too. So you got the over on the sacks, man. We all in agreement on that. What about with us, man? Like, you think Jaden gonna get sacked more than 1.5 times? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you say, Cash?
Yeah. I think that look, like Charles said it right. This is a big boy game, right? And the Baltimore Ravens are gonna come to play. Right now, even though I have us winning by a pretty sizable amount, I'm gonna let y'all know at the end, but they're gonna come to play. And I think it's gonna be similar to Cleveland at first. I don't expect us to start off hot. I expect Jaden to be rattled a little bit, right? This is his first time in a game like this, right? Cincinnati was part 1. This is part 2. I think Jaden probably gets hit twice. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna press the over. It's gonna be close, but I got it 2 to 3 sacks probably on Jaden on Sunday.
What say you, Trail? I like that, Cash. Say you, Trail.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get back there. I don't think it was a lot. The last few weeks, man, my O-line has been playing, lights out. I don't think Baltimore's pass rush is better than Cleveland's, to be honest. But I do feel like this game, and with everything on the line, because one thing nobody's talking about, they can gloss over this all they want, bro. If they lose this game, they're 3-3 in a division that they can easily lose.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want to be 3-3 with the Steelers, like, rattling off wins. And I think they're having quarterback, juggling over there in Pittsburgh. So if a team that's not concrete with their quarterback and playing like how they are and stacking wins on you in your division, like, I don't think that's good going down the stretch, because, if Justin or Russell solidifies that thing, then, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with them. Like, because that defense looks as advertised. Like, Pittsburgh's defense looks as advertised, in my opinion. So, I'm saying that to say that the pressure of getting 3-3, like, they ain't just trying to lay down and lose this game. So, they're going and Jaden, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably looking tasty for them. Pause. But I do think that they're going to get to him. I'll take the over 2, maybe 3, but I don't think it's going to go crazy. And truthfully, I think those 2 come early. They come early. quick momentum builders, and then the adjustment happens and you hear no more about it.
Well, hey, I'm giving my prediction, and y'all gonna put some respect on my O line. You know what I mean? Shout out to brother Deuce. I'm back. This O line is back. You know what I mean? You gonna put some respect on this O line, man. Like I said, I got 2 left tackles. I got a great interior. And shout out to Wiley for rating high. I see Wiley name out there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I done seen so-called Trey Hendricks. I done seen Myles Garrett. And Trey Hendricks, he got a sack in the fourth quarter. Whatever time of the game, he got 1. But Myles Garrett didn't record a stat. Now I'm seeing a Kyle Van Noy. That's what's supposed to scare me this week. You're gonna put some respect on my O-line. And I'm gonna smash the under on that. Keep my guy clean. We're gonna keep them clean. We're gonna see how they fare against play action. We're gonna see how they fare, with RPOs. We're gonna see if they can really compete against a guy that may be just as similar as their guy. And we said there was no similarities earlier. But let's see how they react to the new kid on the block. So put some respect on my O-line. I'm saying they may get to him once, if anything. But my O-line is proven to keep my guy upright for the most part. And that's where we at with it, man. That's where we at with it. Put some respect on him. Jaden will be clean, jersey clean. I don't know what colors we wearing Sunday. Yeah, if you're in the comments, let me know. But let's stick with the defense before we get to our predictions. 1 interception. You think either one, Lamar or Jaden, rapid fire, 1 interception. Who you think gonna have it or not? You know what I mean?
This the week we get ours.
Okay. Okay. We on the over. Washington, we on the over. We ain't had one all year.
I think both of them throw 1. I expect Jaden to get all of his interceptions and turnovers out early in the season. I think he will finish with similar interceptions to CJ Stroud when he had 5. I think Jaden rails off 3 straight early ones, and then it's clean football for the next 10, 12 games. I also think Lamar gives us one to Trail's point. I think this is the first game, right? We heard Joe Witt Jr. in his presser say, bro, we have got to get us one. Joe Witt was like, I don't think I've ever gone a 5-game stretch in my coaching career without getting at least 1. This is just unacceptable. So I guarantee you all week they harped on, we got to take the football. Like, as good as that offense has been, the more opportunities you give them, the easier it will be on this defense, man. So I do agree with Trail. And I think that I think it is going to be a costly one. I think Lamar is going to be driving. I think it's going to be on a drive where they feel like they may need points to keep the score close. And Lamar breaks the heart of all them people, man. And look, my bold take.
Igbo pick 6. You see that right there?
My bold take. I think it's either going to be Forbes, right? I don't think Forbes is going to play a lot of snaps in this game.
Shout out to Forbes.
I don't think Forbes. I've been a big hater, but I think this game is going to have just some stupid stuff happen. Like, I think just something crazy is going to happen that I'm like, but that nobody predicted. It's either going to be Forbes or it's going to be like Mike Davis. It's going to be 2 dudes who none of us would have thought that's the one who got us one. Because, we're not going to get it is football, right? Crazy stuff happen every time that you like, I was not predicting that to happen. I think it's either one of them 2 that just shock us. Like, he only played 7 snaps and he the one that get the interception? Man, that's
to clean that up with Mike Davis. 7 snap Mike Davis. That's too much. That's 7 too many. That is 7 snaps too many for Mike Davis.
I don't have Mike Davis or Forbes getting a lot of snaps. In fact, I hope to not see either one of them. And y'all know how I feel about Daniel Forbes. That's my man. But in this matchup, I'm not for this week. I wouldn't be mad if we didn't see either one of them. But I agree to your main point. It's gonna be somebody we don't expect, and because of that, I'm going with your boy. I'm going with Mike.
Oh yeah, walk down Mike. Walk down. This gonna be the game to do it.
I'm expecting Mikey to be matched up on Zay a whole lot. And to me, a lot of the errant plays that the Baltimore Ravens had, they've had a couple. I mean, we seen it in the AFC Championship. Zay fumbling and doing dives before the end zone and stuff like that. But I feel like Mikey will get a pick off of a catch fumble. You know how Zay might catch it and it pops up a little bit. Oh, Mikey's there. But I can see a
Okay.
screen, a little dump screen going for pick six with Mikey. On the flip side, though, I don't think Jaden throws one this game. I don't think Jaden stacks 3 games of interceptions. I'm hoping that anyway, but yeah, I don't think he stacks 3 games of interceptions. And truthfully, just from what I've seen so far with the Ravens and how they've been getting their interceptions, it's been a lot of zone looks. And just errant passes from the quarterbacks. Like Minshew threw a horrible one.
Oh, that thing was horrible, man.
Horrible. And I mean, credit to the secondary for being in position, but that was a zone look. And the safety came down on it just perfectly. And it was double coverage. But again, like Jaden thus far has not made those level of mistakes. Every interception that both interceptions, I should see, not every, but both of the interceptions that he's thrown, honestly, you say, dang, man, at the moment, but like none of them made me feel like, oh man, like concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally see what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And and I get it. And as a rookie, like those are interceptions that some of the vets have made. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't nothing, to bat your eye at. So with that said, I just don't think Jaden's going to stack 3 weeks of consecutive interceptions.
Okay, so I guess that sounds like we got Lamar with 1 interception, and Cash with 1 for Jaden. Trill without 1 with 0 for for Jaden. I got Lamar throwing 1. I got him throwing 1. Jaden, man, I'm with you, Trill. I don't think it's gonna be 3 straight games of an interception or whatever it is. Like that's not even him. That's not him, man. So and I'm really relying on that run game this week, man. Like I told you, I want to see play action. I want to see RPO action. I want to see whatever it is Cliff got. I don't care if they struggling in the screen game, attack them. Wherever they struggle at, I want to see attack them. Whatever it is. But yeah, so protect the ball, be safe with it, and I think Cliff gonna help him out with that. He ain't gonna put him in harm's way. Having them throw it to certain coverages or whatever it is. And Jaden's very smart, man. Like we talked about Lamar, very smart. He's seeing this stuff pre-snap because of the no huddle. You know what I mean? He's seeing it, and he tried some things the last 2 weeks, and we don't mind him trying those things. You know what I mean? We actually asked about him trying certain throws after week 1, week 2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad that he's trying these things, and I got him cleaning it up this week, and I'm gonna take the under on the Jaden Daniels, man. Hey, let's end the show, man, with the predictions, man. That's how we gonna go. Phantom has no intelligence. Cash, I appreciate you stopping through today, man. It's been good talk, man. What's your final prediction for Sunday at 1 o'clock, Cash?
This is the biggest game, right, since 2012 when we played the Dallas Cowboys at home for the division, right? This is going to be the most watched game in the NFL. All eyes on JD5. Against Cincinnati, I had some doubt. I'm like, man, I don't know. I know what you did at LSU. I know, I get it, right? Heisman Trophy with it, that's cool. But that's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and you don't have Jamar Chase. I've been hesitant. This is the game that we win by 2 scores. I do got us winning 38-29. And I really want it to be by 2 possessions because I want to leave no doubt. I don't want Baltimore in the spaces after, well, if we would have gotten the ball again. No, forget about all that. I beat you by 2 possessions. So even if you would have scored, you still would have lost the damn game. Bro, I got us putting up 30 again, bro, for the first time. I don't know if we've ever scored four straight games of well over 30 points. I think at the end of the season, we're gonna all look back at this game as one of the most crucial games for Jaden's growth, right? As a quarterback. Like he needs this game, man. And I think this game, man, this game is the start of a pretty big win streak, bro. I don't think our next loss comes until we play Philly, to be completely honest with you. Um, yeah, bro, I got good guys scoring 38 points. I think the defense locks in. I'm with Trail, like you said earlier, right? Bend, don't break. I think they give up some points, but I don't think they let them get to 30. I think this is the third straight week they hold their opponents under 30 points, man. I got good guys, 38-29.
I like that, Cash. Woo, I like that. Good spiel. Say you, Trail, man. What's that? What's that final prediction, man? What's that final prediction, man?
42-30.
40, wow. Hey,
42.
42. I think Jaden has a hell of a day. I mean, I think he has a day. 3 passing touchdowns. And he's going to run one in with B Rob and Ed getting one in as well. As far as the 30, I don't care. I think Lamar's going to throw 2. D Henry going to run one in, but outside of that, man, it ain't going to be enough.
I heard that, man. 42-30.
42, man. That's just let's go.
Hey, listen. I told the spaces earlier, man. Tune in tonight. I'm giving my final prediction. So if you heard it earlier, here's my final prediction. We got a hashtag in our little community, and it's called hashtag Jaden Better. That's our hashtag, right? Meanwhile, right up the road at 295, 495, 95, wherever the heck you get to Baltimore, they got a hashtag amongst their fan base, hashtag Fire John Harbaugh. My prediction is they will scream Fire John Harbaugh midway through the fourth as a crowd, as we're winning 42-26. And that's my final score prediction. 42-26. You will fire John Harbaugh after this game since y'all got that hashtag out there. And we living by hashtag Jaden Better. Kicker, you're not the only one with outlandish predictions, brother. All that 42-17 nonsense up there in Baltimore. No. 42-26. Hashtag Jaden Better. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, another great episode of Man Fandom Has No Intelligence. Shout out to Cash, man.
Before we shut down, I want to shout Trail out for predicting a successful blowout last week on Fandom Has No Intelligence. I mean, he made a great prediction. He was only 4 points off from the total score, so but exactly how he called that game, it went down like that, And let's see if Trail is on for 2-0. But
I heard that. You got anything you want to say, Cash? Go ahead, man. What you got, brother?
Man, just relish the moment. You know what I'm saying? President of the Younger Fan Club, man. We don't get nice things, right? So I finally got a nice thing, man. I'm gonna continue to appreciate it, continuing to boost the football knowledge. I mean, going back to the film, what can we do right? What have we been doing wrong, man? I think this is the statement game, bro. I think this is where the older generation and the younger generation come together, man, for this one game. Like, we understand this is the goal, man. Forget about the name, forget about the colors, forget about the logo. They're the ops right up north. Like, them's the opposition. They don't like you, bro. They don't like us, and we don't like them either. Like, I don't like purple. I'm not wearing purple all week. I'm not looking at the color purple. I haven't even said it. If you notice, I will not say the color purple all week, man. Fuck the Dirty Birds, bro. Excuse my language, bro, but it's up, man, on Sunday, bro. This is a statement game, dog. This is the game, man. We really cement ourselves, man.
Yeah, I like that, Cash, man. Trail, you got one last word, bro? Yeah, go ahead.
All I know is after at 4:30, give me my money.
Just give me my money.
And they know who they are, because
yes, sir.
some bets out there in the Twitter spaces. So,
hey man, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Hey, I live by this quote every day, man. Don't look back. We not going that way, and that's to my fan base. Don't look back. We not going that way. We moving forward. We moving 10 toes down. We stomping dudes. So Baltimore, you just another obstacle course in the way, brother. We about to come up there, take over the trap. We taking over the trap, and that's it. Meet me in the spaces Sunday, 4:15. It may be a little bit about the way my score prediction is. We may open up at 3:45. That thing gonna be a wrap. Just meet me there, and like Trail said, just give me my money. They know who they are. I just need that. And hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, guess what? This fandom has no intelligence. Shout out to Red Zone in the lab, man. Catch us back next Friday, 6:00 p.m. Hey man, you never know what guests we gonna have on here, man. So shout out, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, hashtag HTTC, hashtag Jaden Better. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna be hitting that joint Sunday.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, man. Good night, man. Y'all have a good one.